Imagine swimming into the open jaws of a shark, not for a meal, but for a dental cleaning. That's exactly what some goby fish do every single day. On coral reefs around the world, tiny gobies set up what scientists call cleaning stations, specific spots on the reef where they offer their services to passing fish. These stations are like the car washes of the ocean. A larger fish, a grouper, a snapper, even a moray eel will swim up and literally pose, waiting for the goby to get to work. The goby then hops onto the bigger fish, picking off parasites, dead skin, and bits of food stuck between teeth and gills. It's a meal for the goby and a spa treatment for the customer. This is a classic example of mutualism. Both partners benefit. The big fish gets a clean bill of health, while the goby gets a steady supply of nutritious snacks. But why would a predator not just eat the little goby? The answer lies in the goby's remarkable behavior and the evolution of trust. Some goby species have developed a clever signal. They wave their fins in a dance-like motion, almost like a neon sign advertising their services. It tells potential customers, "I'm here to help, not to be eaten." This fin-waving behavior is so distinctive that it serves as a clear recognition signal, reducing the risk of being mistaken for a snack. Scientists have studied these interactions and found that the presence of gobies can significantly reduce the parasite load on reef fish, making the entire ecosystem healthier. In fact, some research suggests that fish with access to cleaning stations have lower stress levels and better body condition than those without. But the goby's work is not just beneficial, it's incredibly busy. A single goby can perform hundreds of cleanings a day, servicing a constant stream of clients. And the goby's clients are not just any fish. They include some of the reef's top predators, fish that could easily swallow the goby in one gulp. How do these predators resist the urge to eat such an easy meal? It's a fine balance, but the goby's signal, the fin wave, is key. It's a handshake that says, "We have an agreement." There's even evidence that these cleaning stations are communal. Multiple goby species may share a station, each taking turns to clean different parts of the big fish's body. For the goby, it's a risky job. A misstep, a wrong movement, could trigger a predator's instinct to strike. But the goby's quick, precise movements and the predator's learned restraint keep the peace. This mutualism is so entrenched that some gobies are even known to gently nudge a reluctant client, reminding them to open their gills for a thorough cleaning. The relationship is not just about cleaning, it's about health. Parasites can weaken fish, making them more vulnerable to disease and predation. By removing them, gobies are helping maintain a balanced reef community. And it's not just gobies. Other cleaner species like wrasse also play this role, but gobies are among the most dedicated, often working from sunup to sundown. For divers and snorkelers, watching a goby work is a mesmerizing sight. A large fish hangs motionless, mouth open, while a tiny goby darts in and out, meticulously checking every crevice. This tiny fish's dedicated service has a huge impact. Healthy fish grow bigger, reproduce more, and are less likely to die from infection, all thanks to the humble goby's daily grind. The goby's cleaning station is a perfect example of how cooperation can thrive even in the competitive, often brutal world of the ocean. So next time you think of a fish, remember, some of the smallest ones are also the busiest, performing vital roles that keep the whole reef ticking. The goby may be small, but it's a giant of the ecosystem. Subscribe for more stories like this.